This is a funny science fiction podcast spotlight.
Welcome to the Funny Science Fiction Podcast, where stormtroopers don't laugh at our jokes because they always miss the point. I would be remiss if we didn't take a moment to talk about the brave men and women who have boldly gone and not returned. We're talking about our beloved red shirts. Our show is brought to you by our charity sponsor, the Red Shirt Widows and Orphans Fund. Imagine the comfort you'll give Red Shirt crewman number 42 when he knows that when he puts on the red shirt and gets eaten by the carnivorous alien fungus on Teller Prime, 6 minutes into episode 19, that he didn't leave his family destitute and without hope. Because the Red Shirt Widows and Orphans Fund has his back and his left femur.
And remember that this fall, 100% of all profits from our fictional charity, the Red Shirt Widows and Orphans Fund, merchandise sale goes to a real charity, Wish Upon a Teen. So we would like to welcome to the show Mark Artuso. Did I say that right?
Perfect.
Artuso, a loyal funny science fiction Facebook group member and meme expert extraordinaire, Trekkie, and of course today's funny science fiction spotlight. So Mark, you're a Trekkie, right? You like Star Trek. Am I right on that?
That is an accurate statement, yes.
Okay, it's accurate. I assume for quite a few years. But now, I got to ask this right off the bat. Who is your favorite character? You can go all Star Trek series is fine. Who's your favorite character? And who's your least favorite character in the Star Trek realm?
Starting off with least favorite, through no fault of his own, Neelix just grinds on me. It's actually a tie between Neelix and Kes.
Yeah.
Anytime there's a Kes story or a Neelix story, see you next week, guys. But, through no fault of the actor or the actress, they're fine people. They just the characters just bug me. I'd say my favorite out of all Trek is original series Spock. I mean, he's been with me throughout 54 years here, so. I would say, yeah, definitely Leonard Nimoy's Spock.
Is it wrong that I was crossing my fingers over here going, his least favorite is Kirk, his least favorite is Kirk, his least favorite is Kirk?
So his least favorite is Kirk.
Being that you grew up around the Star Trek era, especially the original series era, that means you also grew up around the Star Wars era. So do you have a favorite character in Star Wars?
I'd have to stick with Vader.
Vader? Okay. All right.
Of course.
We can live with that. We're good with that.
He's like, I'm not going to say I haven't seen Star Wars. I can't tell these guys this.
No, man.
I saw him on a lunchbox once. He was cool.
I saw him on a lunchbox.
No, that one episode with Flash Gordon really got me.
Yeah, right. That crossover just was a little too ambitious.
Yeah.
We actually, in my little group of friends, have a breakup too. I'm the Trek guy. I have a buddy who's the Star Wars guy. We like both franchises. There's plenty of room for both. It's not like one against the other, but he's more Star Wars oriented. I'm just Trek, just for I don't know why.
It's good to specialize.
It's fun. Yeah, you gotta have your niche. You know?
Exactly.
So if you could take a character from Star Wars and then plop them right onto the bridge of Star Trek in place of a senior officer, who would that character in Star Wars be, and who would they replace?
You know, I kind of guessed moderate on a different page, and I've seen so many of these things come across with this Star Wars, Star Trek crossover thing.
Crossover, yeah.
From Star Wars on to Star Trek. You know, I want you back on the bridge.
Get out of my head, man.
I was
just thinking like Chewbacca replacing Worf.
Yeah, exactly.
But like no one can understand him anyways.
Yeah.
I was thinking Little Annie replacing Wesley Crusher. I hate sand.
You could explain Chewbacca as just a new version of the Klingons anyway. So
Right, it's Klingon Wookiee.
Cool.
Right.
And see, and I just saw Vader force checking the crap out of everybody. So
Yeah. Oh man, that's rough. Now, it obviously you've been around a group for a while. I mean, we've got everything from fans of Doctor Who to Dr. Smith to Dr. Octopus to Dr. Horrible's sing-along song. That being said, who's your favorite sci-fi doctor, and why is it David Tennant?
Well, if you're sticking with the Who franchise, I'm a Tom Baker.
Okay.
I love Tennant. I love Smith. I even love Capaldi for some of it, but
yeah, I feel the exact same way with Capaldi. Like some of it was like, "Hey, that was great," and then you're like,
yeah,
it's all right. Yeah, that's good."
Ditch the electric guitar stuff and that. But yeah, definitely Tom Baker in that franchise.
Nice. Now let's go Star Trek. Who's your favorite Star Trek doctor?
Star Trek. That's McCoy. Easy.
Nice.
I'm old school.
No fresh on pressure, huh?
Well, if you're looking at amorous advances.
Okay.
Two different.
And next question.
Next question.
would you look at the time?
Whoa.
So you're a lifelong Trekkie. So let's talk about the differences between original Trek and new Trek, or what's often called JJ Trek.
JJ Trek.
JJ Trek. So as someone who witnessed the original series in person in the era that was released, how does new Trek compare? Is there an area where JJ Trek got it right, or what areas would you have made better?
Boy, when I hear questions like that, I hear salvos going up because you can't answer that really correctly for everybody. My own opinion would be that I think they made a great stab at it. I enjoyed the first movie, the reboot. To be honest, there are problems with it, to be sure, but you see the Enterprise come up and start blipping those missiles out in space and stuff like that. That kind of gets the old spirit going from the old series. I would, if it was up to me, I would prefer keeping it more with the original timeline and that kind of stuff. They took a little too many liberties, I would say, in my opinion.
Fair
but
enough.
I still found the reboots enjoyable.
So, like, I'm a bigger fan of the newer Trek more than the old Trek.
Sacrilege.
Well, it's closer to Star Wars, let's be honest. But you know, for me, in the old Trek, Wrath of Khan is the best movie the best thing out of anything that Star Trek had to offer. So I had a problem with the Into Darkness, with the way that they, with Benedict Cumberbatch's version of Khan. Just didn't have the same.
Ricardo Montalban.
Yeah, it just didn't have the same, open chest swarthiness, I guess.
I think Dad just spoke an alien language.
Not enough chest hair for Tim.
That may not have come out right. All right, so as one of our more involved members, you share quality memes that are both funny and they encourage group involvement, and we really, really appreciate that. So thank you for everything that you've done for the group, Mark. We've enjoyed your company.
Oh, sure, you guys got a great page going.
Yeah, we're having fun with it.
We're working hard at it.
So, other than having a few moments at your disposal, what comes to you, or what inspires you rather, when it comes to meme creation, and what does involvement of the group mean to you on your memes? I
would say part of it's probably straight up narcissism. I just like to see reacts on memes.
Fair enough.
Be self-aware.
Yeah, I gauge. I like to prop up two different memes against each other to see what is more popular at a time. It's time of day. It's public opinion. It's all sorts of different things that you want to throw together and have the best reaction to them. If some fall flat, they do, and that's funny in itself when a meme bombs. But if one takes off, or gets a lot of reactions, you made at least one person laugh for the day. I mean, that's enough for me.
It's okay, Mark. This is a safe space. You can tell us how you feel.
Well, one thing about our group is we have so much involvement. We got 80,000 members, but there's almost 70,000 people that are active in the group.
Wow.
Which is really high.
That's pretty amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, and we get so many people and like yourself that are providing that quality and keeping it up there. You know, we get some repeats and stuff. You got to have those for the new members that haven't seen them yet. But
yeah, of course.
Our sci-fi knitting group's not doing quite as well.
No.
But the sci-fi underwater basket weaving group.
Yeah, that's doing actually rather well. Kelp is big in 2020.
And we're able to socially distance. That's the most important.
Yeah, right. The water
Perfect,
barrier
yeah.
helps.
So I'm kind of the same generation you, maybe a couple years your senior. And I was, you got me thinking about some of the old sci-fi. So I went back through and I was looking at 70s sci-fi. All right. We're going to just stick to the 70s because that's when I was a teenager, you know. And so I picked some of my favorite, and I thought we could talk about a couple of these. The animated Star Trek, the animated series,
Sure.
$6 Million Man, Logan's Run, Battlestar Galactica, Mork and Mindy, just because it's Mork and Robin Williams, and then Buck Rogers in the 25th Century. What do you got? I'd love to hear your opinions on any of those. Did you watch any of those? And
Oh my God, every single one of those. Yeah. The animated series is kind of just a fleeting memory with me. I may have to revisit that one.
yeah, it's been a while for me too.
It's funny you mentioned like those kind of eras are separated by not too much in time, but since I identify with the old series, people after me would identify with the next generation. People thinking about the old series that I like, maybe like me thinking about the old Buck Rogers or Flash Gordon before us.
Exactly.
So I can see how they would see it filled with a little bit of cheese, which we're accustomed to and we like.
Right.
But you can see how the new CGI and the flashy graphics would appeal to maybe a younger crowd.
Yeah, you know, putting a horn on a dog.
Look at that alien. That's crazy.
It's an alien. Yeah.
It's an impressive alien, Mom.
I think right.
So we have a little bit of a quiz since we're talking 70s sci-fi, TV sci-fi. And I thought, well, I did a search on it and I found some that I barely remembered and they kind of traumatized me as a child. That were so bad.
Like all of them?
So I made a little obscure 70s TV sci-fi quiz. Are you up to a challenge?
Absolutely.
All right. So we got 5 questions. If you get 3 out of the 5, we'll give you one of our Red Shirt Widows and Orphans mugs.
Sweet.
And if you
mine's invisible.
There you go. Nate.
Way to participate there, Horse Snoot.
And so, but if you get all 5, you'll get a bonus gift. So, however, if you fail epically, we'll make a funny meme and put your face on it. Okay?
Absolutely.
I love the zero hesitation. Absolutely.
Siri, get ready.
Yeah, right. All right, no Googling.
No Google.
All right, so the first one's an easy one. So hang on. 1974, 2 astronauts and a sympathetic chimp friend are fugitives in a future Earth dominated by a civilization of humanoid apes, starring Roddy McDowall. This is a TV show. Was the name of that TV show Going Ape, Monkey's Uncle, or Planet of the Apes?
Own a friend. I'm going Planet of the Apes.
Planet of the Apes. Yeah. I had forgotten they'd made a TV show about it.
Monkey's Uncle sounds like it was like a sitcom where these all these monkeys owned a human or something like that. You know, like, oh, a Monkey's Uncle.
I almost bought it.
Yeah, it was pretty good. Well, especially the next one. All right. 1975 and 76, 2 years this show ran. It's the misadventures of 2 maintenance workers who were accidentally launched into outer space, starring Bob Denver. So
his acting career never really made it.
Was it called 1, Far Out Space Nuts, 2, Gilligan in Space, or 3, Space Monkey Wrench?
You know, just on a guess, I think I've heard that first title before.
Far Out Space Nuts?
Yes.
Yes, you're right.
I don't know how you got that.
And we'll throw up graphics during the video.
The cover looks so hilarious.
I don't know why, but that little Muppet guy, he looks so familiar to me. I'm like, have I seen this looks so familiar.
That's
Are we
hilarious.
just going to gloss over the genius of Gilligan in space?
I love it.
Right?
There was also another show. They tried, once Gilligan Island was over, they tried like 2 or 3 different with the
reboots.
same exact plot, but in different settings.
Oh,
There
that's
was
funny.
Dusty's Trails, which was a western based on
Really?
Gilligan formula of these
all
people
it takes is
going
Gilligan.
across the west and like a lost wagon train.
It just takes one Gilligan to open the airlock, and then it's
Right.
Right.
Captain, I forgot to put the plasma from the left nacelle. Oh, Gilligan!
That would have been a
You
great.
did wear a red shirt.
Yeah.
All right, so you're 2 for 2 so far. You're doing good. You're 1 away from the mug. All right, 76 through 78, 3 years. After fully recovering from her nearly fatal bout of bionic rejection, Jamie Summers, the first female cyborg, is assigned on spy missions of her own, starring Lindsay Wagner. You need the multiple choices on this one?
The bionic woman.
You got it.
$6 million woman, bionic woman, or number 3, the Borg Queen.
I'm now imagining like a 90s serial, like in the style of like a working woman type with the Borg Queen, just like
Right?
pantsuit and a
That would be
briefcase. Like,
Marlo
How was your
Thomas.
day at work, honey?
I assimilated.
I assimilated all the files.
It's her. The cutest is her husband. Like, chopping vegetables.
Perfect.
Hilarious. All right, 1977. This one barely ran a year. It's a scientific expedition in the Atlantic Ocean that becomes lost in the Bermuda Triangle and washes up on an uncharted island. They meet up with travelers from other times, planets, and dimensions who have also become trapped, and together they slide through portals from one dimension to the next, hoping to find the one that leads home. Again, this
Sounds
stars
familiar.
Waddy McDowell. So, is it the 1, Bermuda Triangle, 2, Portal Sliders, or 3, Fantastic Journey?
Fantastic journey. I remember it well.
You do.
Oh my
Very good.
Wow.
I
I'm
didn't
pretty
remember
sure
it all. You're doing
That
great.
intro sounds
Green
exactly
clouds and yeah.
It sounds so much like Quantum Leap.
I
Right?
know.
I'm pretty
the last
sure.
portal that leads home.
They had their concepts down, just not the scripts.
I'm pretty sure portal sliders are on the menu at Red Robin.
Yeah, right. Hi, would you like your portal slider?
We're open for sponsorship.
Red Robin.
They have portal bella
Sir.
mushrooms on them. Put up anyway. All right. So the final question for the big enchilada.
The bonus gift.
Oh, yes.
1975 and 76, from the world of Sid and Marty Krofft. A flying saucer lands on modern-day Earth, and 2 characters who fly it, Fi and Fum, invite a young boy and his babysitter to take a little trip with them. Unfortunately, something goes wrong, and they end up lost in space. Each episode has them traveling to a different Earth of the future in their efforts to get Jerry and Alice back home. Starring Jim Neighbors, a.k.a. Gomer Pyle, and Ruth Buzzy from Laughing. So was the name of the show Fi and Fum Land on Their Bum, 2, The Lost Saucer, or 3, The Crazy Space Saucer?
Holy smokes! I actually remember this one.
Do you?
Oh my
I don't-
goodness.
I'm gonna go with number 2 on a guess.
It was The Lost
You
Saucer.
got it,
Awesome.
Mark.
You did it.
Well,
All
golly,
5.
got them all.
That's far too much TV for me.
Right?
Yeah.
Did
You are
you have a
revealing-
life in the 70s, Mark?
Oh, that
We're
was
revealing
my
things.
life.
That was his life. That's
Yeah.
right.
Well, I mean,
I
My
just-
mama said I couldn't go out because the sun shines.
Mark, I'm going to go ahead and send you a autographed copy of my book, Custodians of the Cosmos.
Oh, fantastic! Thank you so much.
It's super fun, Bug. You know, it's funny.
and
It's
the
like,
mug, of course.
Yeah. I was listening to this description. Fi and Fum invite a young boy and his babysitting to take a trip with them after they crash on a strange Earth. It's like you crash land on a strange planet. You meet this kid. You want to come with us?
Oh, go!
You're leaving the planet. You want to just join us and leave your family and parents?
I mean,
hitchhiking
was still a thing, right? Back in the day. So I think it was.
Try describing HR Puffin stuff to
right?
someone.
That's true. I have seen HR Puffin stuff.
I watched. Boys to watch it when they were.
Yes.
I did watch.
What is
HR
that magic flute on there?
Yes.
Isn't there some like?
Freddie the magic flute. Hey, Witchy Poo is out
Or
there.
the other one, Sigmund the Sea Monster.
Good girl.
What is the
Charles
butterfly
Nelson
one?
Rodriguez.
Flying on in the sky, butter something.
I see my next memes coming up.
Yeah,
There you go.
We gotta get some more Sid and Marty Croft memes out there.
Oh my
Absolutely.
goodness.
They're hilarious.
What's a Marty Croft?
I am proud to say that
Wow.
I don't know who HR Puffin stuff is, so I'm
You
good.
don't? Oh,
No.
well,
Oh,
we'll have to
you-
force
Oh,
you.
you're gonna.
We'll tie you to a chair sometime. And
Dude fixes that.
Oh,
No, I don't wanna.
kind of
No
a,
more.
it's kind of a Muppet, but not a Muppet.
It watches the show again or gets the hose again.
Puffin stuff.
If you mix Wizard of Oz with Sesame Street and then add like 20% of David Bowie, you're getting
Twilight
close.
Zone.
Yeah, with the Twilight Zone.
Yeah, Witchy Poo
Yeah.
was like from Wizard of Oz, basically, but
Right.
Oh, Witchy Poo, yeah.
In
Yeah.
a world where the witch from Wizard of Oz meets Big Bird.
cross the wizard, the witch from
Nice.
Wizard of Oz with Big Bird, and you have Witchy Poo.
All right.
Yeah, that's it exactly.
Mark, you've been awesome to have on. Thank you so much.
Oh, this is a
Yeah,
lot of
that was fun,
guys.
Mark.
Absolutely fun.
I was thoroughly impressed at your.
Your level
Yeah.
of obscure
Whiz.
70s disco-laden sci-fi is impressive.
Shameful. It's shameful.
No.
Some people are doing physics up here. I got Gilligan's Island and
Right.
Star Trek.
Well, thank you, Mark, for being on the show today and also just being a great part of our Facebook group. We love
We had a
having
lot
you
of
in the
fun.
group. And thank you for being on Spotlight in our podcast as well. So if anybody would want to be in our Facebook group or be a spotlight on the show, perhaps you have a cool sci-fi project to share, a cosplay, an insane Jar Jar Binks themed collection, be sure to shoot us a message in the group. If you aren't part of the group, please come on over and enjoy the memes. And if you are part of our group, head on over to YouTube, your favorite podcast provider, subscribe, give us a review. It's such a huge thank you to us and helps us produce more content, and it really does make a difference for the show. So remember also, give to the Red Shirt Widows and Orphans Fund. 100% of profits of the merchandise go to Wish Upon a Teen that helps sick kids in hospitals have a more comfortable stay when they have extended stays. So thank you all for listening, and thanks for all the fish. And thank you, Mark, so much.
Thank you guys.
See you
That was a lot of
guys. That was
fun.
fun.
Bye.
We have a great deal from our new sponsor, Uncanny Brands. Just for our listeners here at Funny Science Fiction, get one of their Star Wars lightsaber hand blenders and get $5 off with the code funnysci-fi. That's FUNNYSCIFI. Thank you for listening or watching. Don't forget to subscribe and like us on your favorite podcast platform and YouTube. If you've enjoyed our podcast, why not come join our Funny Science Fiction Facebook group too? It's filled with giggle-worthy memes and gags. Visit our website, www.funnysci-fi.com. That's FUNNYSCI-FI.com. You can also support us on Patreon, where you can get transcripts, bonus episodes, and other fun merch. That's at patreon.com/FUNNYSCIFI. Look for links in the podcast description.
On behalf of the rest of the hosts of Funny Science Fiction, we'd like to thank you for listening to this episode. If you'd like to be a guest on one of our future episodes, please contact us by means of our Facebook group, Funny Science Fiction. You can find us on Twitter or Instagram using the handle @funnysci-fi, or you can go to draytonallen.com and click the Contact Me link at the bottom of the page. Thanks again. Hope you enjoyed the episode.